Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, a healthy glowing complexion is the epitome of youth and as such is lauded as an accessory in its own right. Now, as subjective as beauty may be, when it comes to skin aspirations, flawless and even skin tone crops up time and time again, especially with our South African climate. So today we have Dr. Nompelo Gancho in the loft with us to talk all things uneven skin tone, dark spots, and what exactly causes these concerns. Welcome to the loft, Doctor. Lovely to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, your skin is absolutely flawless, so you've obviously never had these types of problems. But when it comes to dark spots and pigmentation and uneven skin tone, South African women seem to really struggle with that. Is it what causes it?
What causes uneven skin is basically the production of more melanin on the skin. So melanin is produced by the melanocytes, which are the cells that gives us the color. So in certain areas, due to certain things, it causes more production of melanin. So some of the things that can cause the production of more melanin in certain areas is what we call sunspots. So you'll get those in the face, like more sun-exposed areas, the neck. And then also hormones play a big role. So you get what we call melasma in those cases. So it can be hormones. You get people that are pregnant, usually on the second, on their third trimester. And also people that are taking oral contraceptives can also have that. And also if you get a trauma on your skin, then your skin, when it heals, you get the pigmentation, especially with people of color. So people that usually have acne, and they pick on their acne, then they ended up with pigmentation.
Absolutely, I hear you. I mean, that's happened to me before. So I typically have suffered from uneven skin tone and dark spots from time to time. When one is looking for a product that's good for that, what should one look for in a product?
Okay, it's important first to understand exactly what is causing you to have the pigmentation so that you can avoid those things. And it's also important to know that there's no overnight solution. The quick fixes are not good. So go for a brand that is recommended, that has done some clinical studies, that does show the efficacy of the products. And also what is important to look for in your product, it needs to be a product that is going to decrease the production of melanin and be able to remove the melanin on your skin and also be able to help you just to clear your skin.
Yeah.
So.
And here's something that a lot of people with darker skins don't realize. You need sunscreen.
A good sun protection,
I mean,
always.
I feel like I wish I'd known this from a really young age. I always took it for granted that my skin had an ability to protect me from sun damage. But everybody's skin needs sunscreen, and I've recently learned that you're basically reversing the effects of what you're doing if you don't wear sunscreen. Please talk to us about how important sunscreen is.
That's true. So sunscreen is a very important thing that one, even if you're having your makeup on, underneath, just put on your sunscreen because most makeups are not protective.
Yes.
There's usually SPF of 15. So what happens with the sun causes more darkening of your skin. So it damages your melanocytes and then you produce more melanin and then you ended up with pigmentation. So what sunscreen does, it basically protects how many photons does go to your skin of the sun.
Yeah.
So it basically gives you that protection. And also what is important is the darker people usually needs a lesser SPF than the light-colored people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
I'm a big fan of sunscreen now. So earlier on, we asked you to please send us your questions about your skin concerns, especially when it comes to uneven skin tone and dark spots and pigmentation. And Duduzi Nkosinathi Mlangeni asked us, good afternoon. I'd like to know how to get rid of my pimples and dark spots on my face. Thank you so much for your question, Duduzi. Doctor, could you address that for us, please? Okay,
so it's clear that the pimples are causing the pigmentation. So that's the acne I was talking about. So it is important for him to have his acne treated first, and then he deals with his pigmentation. So there are certain products that one can use to help to prevent, to help to clear up the skin with pigmentation. But it's important the causal root needs to be treated first, and then you can deal with the pigmentation as well. Yeah.
Right. We do actually have a caller on the line. Tembi. Hello, Tembi.
Hi. Hi, Bonnie. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Welcome to Afternoon Express. What's your question?
Thank you so much. Hi, doctor.
Hi, Tammy.
I always wear sunblock, but I seem every single time I go into the sun, I have these dark spots. And I'm stressing out because I'm getting married in December, and the last thing I want to do is look uneven on my wedding day. I wear sunscreen in the morning. I just don't know. Like, yeah.
Okay, thank you for your question, Tembi.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Tembi, for your question. It's sometimes people don't understand some of the things that you put on your skin do irritate your skin as well. So it's important that you check your sunscreen is not irritating your skin as well. And also it's important that when you go out, you do reapply your sunscreen. It is stated that you must apply your sunscreen when you're outside every 2 hours. So for you, it's important when you go out, just before you go out, which is the biggest mistake that people make, you apply your sunscreen, then you go out. You're supposed to apply it 30 minutes before you go outside. Then you go outside. When you're outside, please make sure that you reapply your sunscreen. But firstly, since you said you are using your sunscreen, it's important to make sure that your sunscreen is not the one that is irritating your skin as well.
Absolutely, and I think it's also important to explain to our viewers out there that when you speak of trauma to the skin, you're speaking about anything that causes inflammation in the skin. Am I right?
True, yes.
Yes. So obviously pimples cause inflammation
and then you start
irritation.
picking up your pimples and also irritation. Most of the things that do have perfume in them, for some people, especially people that have got eczema, they do irritate their skin. So you have to stay away from those things that irritate your skin.
Absolutely. So as I mentioned earlier, I've struggled with uneven skin tone myself and dark spots. And actually, when I was younger, I had a little bit of acne, and so it left a lot of the trauma, left a lot of pigmentation on my skin. And then I started using these products by Avene, and I basically use a dark spot corrector, a deep pigment serum, and sunscreen, which are really, really, really important. And I've seen such great results. My skin is just far more radiant, and it's healthier, and also it's preventing the developing of new spots because I'm using sunscreen.
Cool.
Yeah,
and it's important. It's a brand that has been proven it works because they do a lot of clinical trials on their products, so they do show efficacy on their products, so it's good. And also they don't have perfume in their products, and they also have that they prevent the melanin production, they protect, because the product is an antioxidant as well, so it does protect your melanocytes from being damaged as well. So.
Absolutely. And I know a lot of people with darker skins, one of their main concerns is if I wear sunscreen, it leaves a white residue on my skin. But I really find that the sunscreen that I use from Avene, it just like melts into my skin beautifully because it's just light and it's not too greasy and it leaves no white residue, so I don't feel like I'm adding on all this grease onto my skin. Yeah, but thank you so much for joining us today, Doctor.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So the Avene Deep Pigment range helps reduce the appearance of existing dark marks and prevents new marks from forming. You can get 50 Rand off your first purchase by SMSing the word Deep Pigment to 30845. SMSs free of charge. T's and C's apply. That's not all though. 3 lucky viewers will stand the chance of winning an Avene product hamper tailored to your skin needs. All you need to do is go over to our Afternoon Express Facebook page and answer the easy Avene question. T's and C's are available on afternoonexpress.com.
Soothing by nature.
Didn't know, and I'm busy doing boomerangs.
Shooting behind the scenes content.
You were such a distraction.
I know, I'm sorry. We're just having lots of fun. Having so much fun.
It happens when you work with children.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Don't work with children or animals, and that's exactly what we have in this loft every single day.
Doc, thank you. We actually were listening to all of the conversations around sun care and obviously making sure to look after your skin, and those kind of answers you gave to our guests and our audience was really awesome. So thank you very much for coming to join us today.
Thank you very much for having me on your show.
You're phenomenal.
So make sure you celebrate Freedom Day with us tomorrow as we hang out with Good Hope FM presenter Nosipho Tisani. Plus, we have a live performance by singer Zandile Tlapi.
It's going to be a really cool day tomorrow.
What are you guys
have a
doing
good
on your holiday tomorrow?
We're working, Bonnie. You know this.
I know.
I'm not. I'm going to Africa Burn.
Oh, no.
I
You're going to be
hate
here.
you.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bonnie and myself. Good night. Happy eating.
Bye.
God bless.
Afternoon Express. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.